Welcome back to another episode of Ring Rage Report. Is myself and Roggle this time. Taking Roggle tonight versus last episode was Lane and myself. Maybe we'll all three get back on. We'll see. It's been a hell of a week this week, so apologies.
To say the least.
It's an understatement. It's an understatement. We should actually be video gaming right now. But I digress.
Yes.
So, we are covering the 2024 King and Queen of the Ring taking place in Saudi Arabia this Saturday at the Jeddah Super Dome, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern on May 25th, 2024. Live on Peacock, not sponsored. It's the only place you can watch in the US. So, how do you feel about this match card, other than not knowing the finals?
It's decent. It's I mean they're gonna have 5 matches
5, yeah.
if they're set with a. I've seen teased of a 6th one, but they'll probably stick at 5. It's decent. I mean they normally try to pack it for Saudi in some way, so we'll see what happens.
It feels like the main storyline right now is the Sammy for the Intercontinental Championship is Sammy versus Chad versus Bronson. Like that feels like the main headliner for this. It won't be the final match of the night. That'll go to the Codes versus Logan Paul, but this feels like it has the most on the line with Becky versus Liv for the Women's World Championship being a very close second. It's the story that's been going on.
And you remember last year, Sammy was over big in Saudi when he came out.
It was the first time he was. Yeah. It was the first time he was allowed. He was always banned until the new regime took over. So
yeah, I mean, so we'll see how it is. I do like the angle of Gable now. I don't really get the whole purpose of Reed, but
he's just there. He's there. But we'll start with this match because it's what we're talking about right now. This is one of the matches that I feel like the third person is only there to be the fall guy. So if Chad wins, it's because like Sammy hits Bronson with the haluva kick. I don't think Sammy's going to be able to get him up for Blue Thunder Bomb. Maybe. But I think he's going to hit with the haluva kick and Bronson's going to go down. And Chad's going to kind of sweep in and either win or vice versa. Chad's going to hit his moves and then Sammy's going to come in and screw Chad over. But I don't see Bronson winning at all.
No, I don't see Sammy losing this match. I do see possibly some interference of some kind from Otis and a possible separation from Gable or a start of it. I don't know what Tozawa's going to do, but I think Otis is going to start to get maybe a slight a bigger mid-card push, and maybe have something with Bronson possibly, or just going to be something with him and Gable. But I would be perfectly fine seeing Gable get it, but I don't see Sammy losing it, at least not yet.
I could see this going either way. And I could see... No, I can't really say it. Because there's part of it is like, I can see the traditional storyline of like Otis getting involved. I don't think Maxine, I don't think Cesaro is going to get involved at all. I think it's going to be only Otis. And I could see Otis getting involved and helping Chad win and kind of play that I helped you win, you owe me a match. But like I said, I don't see that happening because Otis is a lovable goof who's just better as a babyface than as a heel. So I don't see that happening. I do see Otis getting involved and helping Sammy and taking out Chad and letting Sammy pin Chad. But I think Otis is going to be the key player in this, or the key difference, sorry, in this.
Yeah, he'll have some type of. I think he has something to do with it, with the outcome of the match.
I don't.
He's
I
been.
can't see Sammy losing, but I can't see Chad being pinned either. So I think this is going to be a Bronson Reed gets pinned, and
No, I
maybe
agree.
to like keep crazy theory flips, kicks, and all that stuff happens on Bronson Reed, and Chad goes to like run into to this the onto the mat underneath the ropes, and Otis just pulls it back out, stopping it from interrupting the pin, thus causing the feud to go on between Otis and Chad. But I do think we're gonna see Chad's Olympic strength come through. I think he's gonna hit wherever that suplex move is that he does on Bronson Reed. And if he does,
It's impressive. That move is impressive. It's
fuck, that's an understatement to say it's impressive.
very
But
impressive.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it, but I'm going with Bronson being pinned by Sammy, so where it saves face for Chad. It's where you can say, "You didn't beat me." Continue their story on till SummerSlam. So I'm going
Yeah.
with Sammy.
Yeah, I'll go with Sammy as well. I do like the heel turn, the heel factor that Chad's doing. He's finally got the "you suck" chance going on.
Which is so funny. So
It is, but
apropos, I guess would be the proper word because
it's
you were shitting on Chad turning heel. I don't want him to turn heel. I don't want him to win the championship as heel. So stupid. I think this is gonna be fucking dumb. They shouldn't do that. And now
he's
you're like,
gone
I
full
like him.
he's gone full Kurt Angle.
Yep.
That's what's happening. The "you suck" is now started.
Yep.
So but the thing is, it doesn't go with his music like
Yep.
Kurt Angle's did. But hopefully they figure something out because he's gonna have that persona or that stigma with him as being a Kurt Angle knockoff. It's
He,
exactly what he is.
but he's had that since day one.
Yes.
He's had that. And they've never been able to pull the trigger successfully on it. And I just saw and listened, technically. Kurt Angle was on a podcast or an interview episode like I think a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where he's like, I can't wrestle again, but I would love to come back as a manager. And I think I'd be the perfect manager for Chad Gable. And since he's
Oh,
that heel persona, is like him come back and talk. And I was like I can see that, but you're not that great on the mic, Kirk. Like you worked really well with the like everyone saying you suck, and he would lip off one of his one liners, or he could sit there and go toe to toe with Stone Cold, but Stone Cold carried the promo, and it was mostly just again little like one liners, maybe two sentences max. But I don't hope he doesn't come back, but at the same time, there could be potential for something cool to happen there with two Olympians together and actually
I see
have
that
one
as a,
manager the other.
I see that as like a WrestleMania type thing of like the lead into WrestleMania, then Angle's everything but Mania, and after that he's gone. It's a short run for
Yeah.
Kurt because I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind seeing him come back, but not for very long. He couldn't be a permanent manager or a long lasting manager for Gable. I think Gable's fine on the mic.
Well, you also thought Chad would suck as a heel, so your opinion right now holds very little water for Chad Gable.
No, I'd say he would suck as a heel. I didn't want to see him as a heel. I liked his thank you and everything like that. But now he's gone heel. So I knew it was coming though.
We all did, yeah. We
Had to.
talked about it for a long time now.
So yeah. No, it's going good for him. And yeah, like we both said, we're both agreeing on Sammy for this
Yeah.
one.
So Trip, I don't know if you saw, but Triple H announced about 3 hours ago, about 7 p.m. Central Time, that the King of the Ring, the matches actually mean something this time. So they will now have a championship match at SummerSlam for the respective brand title. So whereas before it was like, here's your fucking crown and scepter, woo! Now they're going to
Okay.
actually they will be given a championship match, which for me
Okay.
leads into who should win King of the Ring then?
Who should or who they who
Who
should or who
sh-
they're going to have win?
who should? Gunther's not going to
Okay.
win.
Okay.
Here's okay. Well, hold on.
Now that you said that, that's exactly
Yeah, I know.
that changed
Dude, I
everything.
was right on Gunther losing, so I feel confident on my prediction. I am 1 for like 20 on his matches. Uh,
You're saying there's a chance.
always a chance. Uh, but the King of the Ring matches right now is Gunther for sure from Raw, and Friday Night SmackDown, of course, hasn't happened. It happens tomorrow. We're 1 day early for recording, but SmackDown, we will see Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga, and whoever wins that will face Gunther. Here's the thing. I want Randy Orton to win. However, you can't start building up the bloodline and let the bloodline lose. So that's kind of like the gray zone. So do you let Tama Tonga lose and not look as tough?
I have a problem with Tama Tonga. The fact that he looked like a Beavis and Butthead character with his weird rage noises that he was making. Like,
Is that what you call those?
I liked him. I like the whole, and then I was like, okay, I don't even like. You're a joke now. You're a joke right now with those noises that you're making. Like everything that I've seen about you with the God leading up to everything, and then you make these noises like you're a fucking Beavis and Butthead character. Like, what are you doing? Like, why? What is the point of that? So as of right now, I dislike him, but I also think that he can lose, especially being at Randy Orton at that too. Even if it's going to be, and there will be more likely outside interference of some kind. And there's got to be, and I think there's got to be something between Jay or somebody else to stop them, or Kevin Owens or somebody. I don't even know. He's not. He probably won't be there. Never mind.
Jay's on Raw.
Yeah. Which still, I mean, they're all in the same house though.
Yeah. And like I think they fucked up by letting Gunther win. I think Jay showed once where they can have Tama Tonga versus Jay and lead to the start, like the official flag posted type. This is the starting moment for the Civil War taking off in the next year. I feel like I don't
think they needed a whole tournament, King of the Ring tournament, to build that storyline, though. That's essentially what that whole thing would be, though.
No, true, but it would have been. This was post or pre guaranteed championship match at SummerSlam. Now, this was one of those okay, this makes sense between all these wrestlers that are entering into King of the Ring. The only legitimate, logical, sensible one to take would be Tama Tonga versus Jey Uso. So where you could start a massive storyline arc there. Like when they listed all the wrestlers, I was like, okay, this is the only two playing out. But now he didn't win, and now there's a championship match. It makes sense why he didn't win. But if it's Gunther versus Randy, Randy wins. So we can get Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam. Gunther's not in his title match yet. And against Drew McIntyre or against Damian Priest?
Damian Priest?
No.
Why would they not want to give Gunther another push because he's an amazing champion in their eyes?
Shut your fickled whore ass mouth up. Get off of Gunther's dick and chill out.
I'm not on it at all. I'm just saying.
You are so on it. You are spinning like a top.
I have never liked that dude. Never in my life. But that's
the
push that they give him.
They're not pushing him that. They're not going to push him that hard yet. They're going to. They're going to.
He holds the record for IC champ.
Vince's call. Vince ain't here. Vince ain't here.
He's still in the finals.
He's not
winning. In the finals against more than likely Randy.
Randy wins if it's Gunther versus Randy. The only thing I could give you is if it's Gunther versus Tama Tonga, I could see Jay coming out and not really helping Gunther, but fucking with the bloodline. But even then, double KO or whatever. Gunther, that's the only chance Gunther has, is if it's Tama Tonga. And even then, he's not ready to be a world champion. He is boring as fuck on the mic. He's boring as fuck in the ring. He has no charismatic aura about him. He's boring. The most interesting part of him was his two little lackeys, Giovanni and the dude that's dating Tiffany Stratton. Ludwig, there we go.
Nicer.
Like, those were the only two kind of entertaining aspects of Imperium, because Ludwig would go after Giovanni after every match because Giovanni was losing. Like, even then that was stale, because it's a tag match. Giovanni's gonna lose, Ludwig's gonna slap him, beat him up, they're gonna be back together. It's like a boyfriend girlfriend, and the girlfriend can't leave him because, well, her sweatshirt's in his truck and she just can't say no, or he has one of her CDs from the night. Like, it just, if you know, you know type thing. And Gunther's not ready for the push. So the only, like, if Gunther wins, he's losing, even if it's Damian Priest, because they had to establish Damian Priest still as a legitimate champion, and right now he's not.
I don't think they need to. I don't think he will. I think he loses it to Gunther.
Nah.
There'll be an Imperium and whatever other lackeys want to join them to go against Judgment Day. That feud will go on for a little while.
No one's going to join Imperium, though. No one. Everybody hates Imperium. Everybody hates
somebody
Judgment Day. Who? Name one.
Dragunov?
No, he's already said, I'm not getting involved. He wants nothing to do with Gunther.
Oh, because everybody says everything that's true. They never go back on their words.
That's true, but Gunther said pretty much is he doesn't want him as an ally. He's better as an enemy. I have a lot of stay-at-home time to read. So, either way, I'm hedging my bets. Randy wins on Friday and Randy wins on Saturday. Because, again, Gunther's not ready. They can shape him up. They can dangle that dollar in front of him and rip it away at the last minute. But it makes more sense to start Cody versus Randy Orton.
I'd love to see Randy versus Cody. I just have a bad feeling that's where they're going with Gunther, is pushing him against Amy.
I'll text you at probably 2 p.m. You're wrong, bitch. This is wrong. But I'll let you. You're choosing Gunther? Is that your official record? Because I'm choosing Randy.
That's who I'm going with.
Okay. Just remember, last pay-per-view or PLE, I was undefeated. I was 100% correct.
I wasn't on the last one, so I don't know. Even your kids are laughing at you.
That is not what's happening. Some is crying bloody murder. They just had to switch rooms, so I'm sure one of them's getting ready to come in here. Which means I'm going to have to pause it. And good thing, it's only you can hear all that crying. Only you. Which kid is that?
You got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, give me one moment.
Go ahead.
Okay, got that all solved. So, yeah, I'm fully aware, though, that you weren't involved in the last episode because it happened. You may not have paused play.
What are you talking about?
I can re-roll the 2 Guys 1 Gamepad episode, then we can rediscuss. You can go with Gunther, and that's fine. I'm going to text you and be like, you're fucking.
I hope I'm wrong. I do. I really hope I'm wrong. I really do.
I don't.
You better be. Yeah.
It just makes no sense to give Gunther this early on after losing his IC title. Makes no sense. Just be like, well, here, you lost it. 2 months later, well, I guess by the time he actually gets his match, 4 months later, here's your world championship match. Oh, by the way, you're ready for it. He's not ready for it. And there's no way Triple H is dumb enough to think he's ready for it. at all.
We'll see. I don't know because it's just I have a bad feeling that's what they're doing. And I do. I hope I'm wrong.
I feel like y'all had a bad feeling that Roman Reigns was going to win on night 2 of WrestleMania. And I was the only one that's like, Cody, he's got to finish the story. You all give me shit for using that line.
We all wanted Cody to win, but we didn't think it was going to happen.
It's going to happen. I always go for the difference. Or not Gunther.
Really? Because you're not going for Gunther.
He's not the difference.
Yes, he is.
He's not the difference. He's a fucking... Fucking... Where's he from? The word I was going to use was not the correct city or town. I was going to use a word that started with A. Not very good anymore. Good luck deciphering that, everyone. And then we have Queen of the Ring. And you and I kind of texted about this earlier this week or late last week. I don't fucking remember. Everything goes together.
Mm-hmm.
We're both pretty sure Tiffany Stratton was supposed to win the entire thing. Unfortunately, shit happened of her own accord. We're not gonna dive into it. But now we're left with Valkyria, from Raw versus Nia Jax or Bianca Belair. So SmackDown, we have Nia Jax and Bianca. Who the fuck you got? I swear to God, if you double down on Gunther with Nia Jax winning this whole goddamn thing, I'm going to drive my 4-hour happy ass and punch you so hard in the dick. And I'm going to go pick up Lane. I'm going to drive back to your house and punch you dick in the game.
No, I'll go Bianca Belair. But the whole Tiffany Stratton thing is really, I think, fucked a lot of this up, and it's just set Valkyrie up to win it all. Even though that's a huge push coming from NXT all the way up to now having that, but she has Becky Lynch on her side
corner. Yeah,
with everything.
I'm just saying, I would rather see Valkyria versus Becky than Valkyria versus Liv. But I think this match, because it does tie into either the Women's World Championship or the Women's WWE Championship, that's kind of what's making me choose the winner of Friday Night SmackDown.
What do you mean by the winner? Are you considering?
I'm not considering Nia at all. I don't
considering
want
Nia?
No, because here's how everything's playing on my head. Okay, is we're not going to have Becky versus Valkyria. I don't think that's going to happen. We're not ready for that yet. And Liv is on this revenge tour bullshit again. However,
watch your mouth.
I absolutely love her. Okay, but it's beside the point. I hate the fact that it's the revenge tour. Shut the fuck up. You haven't done shit since you've been back.
She smacked people around.
I can smack people around too. Ooh.
I know you limp-wristed fuck, but still.
Listen. But here's the thing. Nia and Jade had a double count out. Or no, DQ, sorry.
Yeah.
Nia coaxed her into a chair shot, causing Jade to take it and smack her instead, and got caught. I was fully going to endorse Jade as the winner, but because of the Tiffany Stratton shit, I was like, well, we can't have Jade versus Bianca just yet. We can't just give them the title and have them face off. So,
and I think that's why they had that double count out too.
Yeah,
because I believe that Jade was supposed to go on.
Yes,
but they didn't want to have Bianca and Jade being the tag team champs.
Correct.
Going against each other. So then that's where they pushed Nia through, but she didn't beat her. It's a double count out.
The pivot should have been let Tiffany beat Bianca, let Jade squash Tiffany, and then you have Jade versus Valkyria. Give it to Jade. you're building her up as this dominant powerhouse anyways, and she would get a shot at Bailey. Is she ready for that shot? No.
That'd be an ugly match. That would be an ugly match. Bailey has gotten a little bit better, but I don't think Jade is. She wouldn't be able to have a successful match with Bailey because Bailey wouldn't be able to carry her or help her enough in what she's doing.
Bailey can barely carry herself.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a reason why she's the worst of the four horsemen, which I could give it to Mercedes Moné because she's fucking terrible in AEW right now. She's done nothing but cut promos. It's just boring as shit to watch.
She's a cash grab.
She always has. She always has. She's always been fucking. Look how good I am. You're not good. My favorite wrestler is Eddie Grove. You're besmirching his name. Besmirching his name. Shut the fuck up. Let Dominic do that, okay? You shut your whore mouth.
So you're looking at Bianca winning this to Hell in SmackDown.
Yeah, which means I don't see this whole Tiffany thing really fucked it up too. Is what's pissing me off because I have to give it to Bianca Belair versus Nia, and then Bianca versus Valkyria. It makes more sense to give it to Bianca and kind of pull the trigger early to start maybe hinting at Jade versus Bianca. I don't feel like they should do that before WrestleMania, but at the same time, like the whole stretch.
Because of being the tag champs and that as well.
But she's always wanted to be able to call herself double champs. She's mentioned that numerous times. And a lot of her promos she cuts when she goes title against title or she's going against tag titles. So it would make the most like logical storyline is to let Bianca win it, go on to face Bailey, squash Bailey, and be quote officially done with Damage Control completely, all their members, even though Bailey's not part of it.
Yeah.
But she gets to finish that chapter, and then we get to see Bianca and Jade go on to do tag title stuff. Bianca gets to defend women's title, and then we start seeing, Jade poking fun, making hints, do whatever, and then say Survivor Series, we get Jade turning on Bianca because Bianca will not go heel. She's too much of a babyface merch grab. And then they're going to battle out for 6 months. Jade wins Royal Rumble, faces Bianca at WrestleMania. Like that's in my head, that makes the most sense. Now that Tiffany's gone or not involved. But I think she should do the heel turn at WrestleMania. I think that'd be a bigger pop. This is one I have to give it to Bianca because of the three, she makes the most sense. And I just don't like Nia Jax. Could you imagine if Nia Jax had to go up against Valkyria? Valkyria is going to be on the injured list. She's the size of Nia's thigh.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just trying to think of like the whole Becky and her relationship. If either one, Bianca or Nia, Becky's going to be right there in her ear the entire time. That to me doesn't set up a match for those two at all. Nothing about
for Becky and Valkyria.
Yeah, that whole relationship they have right now doesn't set anything up for those two to go against each other this quick, because it's only been going on for what 2 to 3 weeks.
Beginning of May.
As far as
post draft, whenever that happened.
Yeah, so I don't see that happening that fast. So yeah, I'm with you in Bianca winning it all, and then going on to possibly beat Bailey.
I
don't see Nia winning it.
Yeah, this is a confusing match. It doesn't make sense. So I get the feeling we could comfortably say it should be Jade versus Tiffany on Friday, and likely Tiffany versus Valkyria, and Tiffany winning. But after her little stupid post,
Yeah.
it's such a crap shot. I got no one.
Yeah. No.
No one. Just double count out. Nobody wins Queen of the Ring. Oh, it has to be
okay.
Bianca. She's the one that makes sense.
I agree. I agree. It's gotta be Bianca as well.
What a shitty match.
On this whole train wreck. I mean, it might be a decent match between the two. It won't be match of the night by any means, but Valkyrie is not bad in the ring. Bianca
Yeah.
obviously is not bad in the ring either. I don't think they've had any matches against each other. I don't think Bianca's in her NXT for any of Valkyria's run.
We could get the biggest fucking swerve of all time and piss.
And Nia Jax won it.
Yes. And just give her another little step on her pedestal to put herself up on. That's being the most dominant force ever.
She will be champ, I think, before she's gone.
Hasn't she already been champion?
I mean, right from her comeback.
Oh.
Before she's gone. I think she will be. Short stint or not, I think she will be a champ before she's said and done.
If she becomes champion, she needs to be the one that like wins the championship one night and gets cashed in immediately after on. Like Drew McIntyre.
Good.
So we don't have to put up with her for too long.
Then you get to hear her more talk about how she got screwed over. Thought she's not champ.
Yep. Just like when Charlotte Flair comes back, if she does anything else, I'm okay. But she touches that title. Fucking waste of a title run. She doesn't need it. Bianca. Biggest swerve though would be Nia.
Yeah.
But it just she's on.
Let's find out tomorrow. If the swerve starts tomorrow.
Ooh, I'm gonna hate myself if it's Nia. That's all I'm gonna say. Putting that shit out of the universe. Alright. Well, speaking of Valkyria's BFF currently, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, part of Liv Morgan's Revenge Tour. I hate that thing. They could have called it. They could just let her ride in as a heel and just been dominant force. The Revenge Tour thing just alone sets me off. Where I'm like, this is stupid. You're 5'0", chill out. Like one of my favorite women's wrestlers, but chill. I like know your place.
It doesn't bug me as much. I mean, there's a meaning behind it, so it works.
Yeah.
The whole
there's a legit story enhancing meaning behind it. Because she has beef with a lot of people.
Yes. I do like the sneakiness that she has of always coming up trying to slap somebody. She tried to do it on their press conference, I believe today. She tried to sneak up and slap her. She's always, bouncing around, gonna do something, then walks away, runs away, backs out. It'll be a good match for sure. But I have Becky winning it. I don't see Liv winning it right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. The only caveat I will add to this is letting or having Liv win it, and depending upon like where this is placed on the match card, I think if it comes before Queen of the Ring, then my assumption could work out. Letting Liv win, and then having Queen of the Ring, and let Valkyria win Queen of the Ring. Cool. Okay. Liv Morgan gets to, have a formidable foe who is friends with Becky, and Becky could help coach. Um, and at that point, they could do like, you know, Valkyria kind of saying, "I don't need your help. You cost me the match" type thing at SummerSlam. Not going heel, but being salty with Becky.
That's almost the same as the Sammy and Gable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But believe I will be rooting for Liv the entire time. I would gladly be wrong with Becky not winning and Liv winning. But I don't see Becky losing it yet.
Yeah. She is a transitional champion, though. Unfortunately, that's what her job is right now. Which is why I want to lean more towards Liv. Liv has not beaten Becky. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just pull the trigger on Liv. I will give it and say Liv wins.
Okay.
The more I'm talking this whole storyline theory through my head, the more I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. This could work. This could work out very well. Becky doesn't need a title to be relevant. Becky doesn't need a title to put people over, like fucking Charlotte Flair. Yeah, Liv wins. I'm gonna keep my Queen of the Ring to Bianca. Because I can't justify Valkyria winning. I can't. I can justify Liv winning.
No, and I get it. It makes sense. No, I'll stick with Becky, but I'll be full on rooting for Liv.
You're gonna be secretly back there going, please let me be wrong. Please let me be wrong. Please let me be wrong.
100%.
I'm not gonna say let Sig be right, but please let me be wrong. Those words will never touch my lips.
Exactly.
I know how you play. And then final match of the night, which this has Saudi King requirement written all over it. This storyline has no fucking legs. It's weak as shit, and it feels very much like the Saudi Kings went, we want Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. You will make this happen. Why? Because Jake Paul's getting ready to face off against Mike Tyson and get his complete fucking ass beat in an official boxing match. That did makes no.
Yeah. This,
Who the fucking Prince and Kings are over there? Guys, if you're watching fucking WWE, maybe think of better, like, I don't know, legitimate matchups, like Randy Orton. That would have been cool to see.
I was all about it.
Get Ted DiBiase Jr. released from jail and have him face off against Cody.
I was all about it when it was like title for title. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That gives Cody the chance to be Grand Slam champ.
Yeah.
And then this past Monday, they come out and say,
Friday.
No, that's not part of Friday. That's not part of the deal. And I'm not doing that. But there's a swerve to it. There's a contract that Cody didn't even read and signed it.
Nor has Nick read either. Nick Aldis.
Exactly so. But he also said that that's not happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll probably find out more tomorrow, the next SmackDown, to see kind of what happens, because I'm sure they'll go over it or something will be exposed or some twist will happen with it. Or maybe he'll just say, no, you're putting your championship up as well.
Yeah. I mean, he could. I would love for Nick Aldis to come out and do the power trip and be like, you know what? Here's what's going to happen. You can put your U.S. title up, or you can quit. Vacate it and quit. And basically force Logan to kind of come to terms, so to speak, of, oh, maybe I don't have as much pull in this company. Maybe if I get this wannabe Vince McMahon lookalike lawyer over here, help me out. But it also makes sense for it not to be a title versus title match. Like, everyone was, and we did it too, bitching on Roman for holding two titles. Granted, they were both world titles. They were top tier titles. But it would also allow Cody to defend the U.S. title some pay-per-views, and in between defend the Undisputed. but let him also lose to a mid tier and put them over for a very big future face off type thing.
But that's the only problem I had though with that though is you're still beating the heavyweight champion
Yep.
for the U.S. title, still putting him as a loser in whatever match that is, as he's still the champion
Yeah.
of the face of SmackDown.
But I mean, they done it with like
pretty much
Jericho and Cena and Seth.
true, but I just don't I, I don't I would like to see Logan lose it in that manner of put it up or quit,
Yeah.
relinquish it or whatever, because that does nothing but give him more ammo to just bitch and moan on the mic, which he's good at
Yeah.
doing. Um,
And he's a whole fucking YouTube channel for it.
exactly. I mean, he's got a whole lot to say when it comes to shit like that. So it'll just depend on how much airtime we're going to be given after the fact. Because I don't think this match has a clear cut winner.
No, Cody wins.
I don't think it is.
This is a very clear cut. Logan is not on the tier to do. He's not even a fucking full time wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. No, I don't think it's a clear cut winner. I think it's going to be outside interference type match from Logan's side.
Well, he always has outside interference.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be. I don't think Logan wins at all.
Yeah, he kind of can't have outside interference though after his press conference tonight, where he handed over his brass knuckles and he talked the biggest of all shit games of saying, "I'm going to defeat you one on one with no help, no senses. I don't need these. Here you go, Michael Cole. You can hold on my brass knuckles." Like he talks
There's
such
something in that contract.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's something in that contract. Yeah. But it could be like a best 2 out of 3, or title gets held up above, or whatever. Ooh. Plot twist. I think this would be funny. It definitely won't happen. This is like the biggest of the Hail Marys ever thrown in the world. Contract states title gets held up above the ring in a briefcase. But Nick swaps WWE champion for the US champion. That one, it'd be funny as shit, and you know it. 2, they could let Logan win, have him open the briefcase, and be like, yeah, fuck. And then he can piss and moan, bitch and complain about being screwed over by Nick. Because we see a storyline kind of, sort of, maybe developing between Nick and Logan. So that would just be funny as hell to be like, you won, you beat Cody, but you won the US title back, you retained, woo, and let Cody right off into the sunset as still the undisputed WWE champion. It definitely won't happen, but whatever this contract says, Nick Aldis is going to somehow undermine it, reverse it, or whatever. It's going to work against Logan's favor, unbeknownst to him. Because
we're not wrong in this, though, right? There's got to be something within that contract. They have to use the contract.
Yes.
Like they can't just ignore the whole fact that nothing was read. He just signed it and went on with it.
Correct.
There's got to be something.
Correct. And they ended Friday Night SmackDown last week, 1 week before King and Queen of the Ring. We didn't get a look at the contract. We didn't get to see it. All we saw at the end was Cody looked at it, looked at the US title, picked it up, and then threw the title at Logan. So, like, something's going to come into play. Nick's going to be involved in it. The contract's going to be involved in it. We're seeing too much focus on those two key elements. The contract and Nick being pissed off about it because he is the GM. So, but either which way, Cody will retain his undisputed WWE Championship.
Yes.
It's just a matter of... Yeah, I still give it to him winning. I don't see why they would let Logan win unless they set up a bigger feud for Cody versus Logan and do a freaking three-peater. This does not need to be.
Your three beats.
You know what's gonna piss you off though? But underlyingly, I'm right. Randy's gonna win King of the Ring. Randy versus Cody, SummerSlam. Cody could lose to Randy, having him tie, right? He would tie for most. Or is he tied
No,
right
he'd be
now?
one. I think he's one behind. He's at 16, or what's is it 16? And he's like
He's
two.
he's
I guess
14 right now.
yeah, he's two behind.
Okay, so
I
he
think
could.
I think Cena has 16.
Okay, so he could win, make it 15, and Cody could win it back. They could honestly make this a five Peters where my theory works out a little better, and he could break the guy.
Break the streak at Mania.
Yeah, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth type thing, and then make it like an I Quit match to end it all. And Randy loses it, but Randy at the same time has beaten Ric Flair and John Cena's um, championships. And of all the people, Randy honestly deserves it at this point, being in the company for fucking 20 plus years and still not completely broken, just marginally broken.
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility.
You don't want to
Yeah,
say those magical words of yes, you're right, it could happen. You don't want to feed that fire. You don't want to buy
I just
into.
want this to be the one and done Logan Paul match with
Oh,
Cody.
absolutely. I
I
also
want that. I
just
want that done. I want this match to have some, some high spots, which it will, and then go home. You're done. Okay,
I
take your U.S. championship and crawl back in the corner.
honestly just don't think these two are good like wrestling styles, promotional styles, and all that. I don't like their two styles clashing together. Like
It's an odd match. Like
it
it's an
yeah.
odd matchup for these two.
This like WWE 2K24 would tell me you don't match these two people up. They don't align properly. Your viewers want something different.
Unless you're in Saudi, that's where they want them.
Well, at least I'm not being like bring Goldberg back. No. Speaking of which, though, well, hold on. Yeah, whatever. Speaking of which, I think they're building up. What the fuck's his name? I just blinked on his name. Steiner's kid.
Breaker, Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, yes. Breaker. I feel like they're building up Braun Breaker as like a proper Goldberg, like how he should have been built up, because he's starting to get pissed off and going on a rampage. And I feel like I'm literally just waiting for him to say you're Dax, because he's attacking everybody. He's going after everybody. He's in all these giant squash matches. He's pissed off at Adam. Like, I feel like we're seeing what should have happened with Goldberg had he not been put over so well with, or poorly technically, with you get 30 seconds a match, squash whoever you're wrestling. That he can't compete on like a multi-minute, multi-half-hour type basis. But Braun Breaker can, and he fucking moves the ring, literally.
Literally.
So
Yes, he does.
I I feel like we're gonna see what should have been type thing with Goldberg's personality, but Braun's gonna do it so much better.
Which, if
He's being built as
that's
a
the
massive
case,
heel too.
yeah. Now, because did he attack Adam Pierce, or is it just he just killed Ricochet?
Destroyed Ricochet. Him and Adam Pierce are bickering back and forth, left and right.
And
Like that's all it is.
okay, because I thought I saw somewhere that he attacked Adam Pierce, but I don't remember seeing that. I know he killed Ricochet and sent, was it Cale Dixon or whatever dude's name was, to the hospital
The
as he
dude
was
from The
having
Bachelorette, yeah.
yeah, as he's having his seizures, getting loaded in.
I like how
So
that's the
yeah,
thing they focused on Monday Night Raw. Bachelorette. I was like, really?
yeah, that's what they pointed out. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously? God damn it. I'm
Yeah, so
so annoyed by that.
Braun Braun Breaker probably run through the mid tier, and then eventually work his way somewhere within. I'd like to see the IC title at some point,
Yes.
and I would like to see him and Chad Gable. But
I
if
don't think
they're
I want
gonna
to see that.
move him as the unstoppable force, the
Yeah.
juggernaut, if you will, he's gonna crush anybody that's Chad Gable size and anything else. So I don't know who you put this dude in the ring with to have a decent match. Not that he can't wrestle because he can. It'd just be interesting to see what happens with him.
It's going to be someone, I mean, he's going to feud with Ricochet now, but, like, it has to be somebody who can, quote, be faster than him
Mm-hmm.
and be able to dodge the spear a lot better, whether it's jumping higher, sliding underneath, whatever. I don't know who you could go against, but he has to just kind of clean shop. He'd also be one of the few wrestlers like, yeah, he should go undefeated at WrestleMania. And honestly, he should have an undefeated streak for a long time, like
Yeah,
eclipsing
we'll see what they do.
Goldberg's and Asuka's. But I don't think he'll do that for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Goldberg's protected. That's
and
stupid.
now also there's one other thing that's been teased. At least the one other thing I've been looking at or seeing is the showing or appearance or some kind of um, again showing of Uncle Howdy and all of
Oh,
the
the QRs.
White Six and all that. Not White Six, the whatever they are now.
Lane and I were talking. Right now, there was the hashtag NWO New Wyatt Order has been like it was popping up left and right at the
Really?
last for Backlash, um, which was cool. But all the QR codes and everything, and all the teases to Saturday's date and time have been hinted at very, very strongly. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I totally fucking spaced. Do you think we're gonna see the Wyatt family or Wyatt Six or
So
the
what I have
Forgottens?
seen, and I don't know if you've caught it or not. They've had Uncle Howdy in the background.
Yeah, they've had him in the
So
audience.
he's been he's been in the audience and he's been up. And there's another one. He was
The
last Monday, Monday
skyboxes.
before in the skybox area.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Because I saw him like there's no way that was that dude, that's a big ass dude who's up there by himself walking around.
He was
So I was like, okay,
also in the back of one of the interviews too.
okay,
So like
that I didn't see.
he's popping up everywhere. You're either seeing like all of him, they're shining a light. You're seeing like half his face. They're leaving his top hat. Like they're giving massive hints that he's here.
So apparently, and I saw this only on TikTok. I didn't look into it on the internet anywhere. Apparently, the WWE filed trademark for Uncle Howdy
Mm-hmm.
and Uncle Harper as
Correct.
well. A hint to Luke Harper, who passed away. Um, so with that being done, they think there's a possibility of two different personas as Uncle Howdy has been seen in the past. The in ring with the half the mask, and then the other one that has the full mask with the different color eyes as well. One has
Yeah.
blue eyes, one has red eyes. Again, there's so many different things going on with the QR codes, the past Uncle Howdy, and then some of their stuff that they've seen recently. But I do think that there's something that pops up on the pay per view, but I don't know where and I don't know with who. Who do they feud with? Because like they've even said, and they've said it in their promos, which I'm glad they did. They're all mid tier. They've never been pushed. They're mid tier. That's where they've been their entire career. Every one of them.
You know who's
Maybe outside
also
of Bliss.
well, Bliss has been ranked mid tier though. Like she's
Yeah.
a transitional, like sorry Lane, she's a transitional champion, or she has a short, like she doesn't have impactful runs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if they were to show up of these 5 matches, um, two make the most sense, or one makes the most sense because of his connection. The other one, if she's a part of it. But if she's a part of it, Becky versus Liv, and letting Liv win, and kind of being like her getting help to some degree, or whatever. She could have connections because she's on a revenge tour. And what better way to say you've forgotten? People have forgotten all the shit she's been put through, all the wrong she's been had on her. But Randy Orton makes the most logical sense if they're going to be a part of like an after promo type thing of a match. Because Randy has very strong connections with Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. And they had a long ass fucking feud. He took a flame ball to the face, for God's sakes. But if the promo is cut after a match, it's one of those two. Otherwise, it's the end of the PLE, and that's how they're going to wrap the PLE up with kind of like just surprise type thing. Oh, what's that? Music, lights, fireflies show up, whatever.
Now there was a tweet from Jay from France. He said the Fireflies are mine now.
Yeah, he got permission from Bray Wyatt's. Yeah.
So,
Fiance.
but anybody from the Triple Threat, Bronson, Sammy, or Chad? I don't think Sammy.
Bronson makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Because he's all about the money. He's all about his paycheck. Chad, Olympian, makes no sense. But again, he's also overlooked all the time. He's never won a title match. But so is Otis. Otis is always overlooked. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if Uncle Howdy is showing up during these 5 matches, I can only see 2. The King of the Ring final match or the Women's World Championship match. Like, that's the only 2 that make sense. Becky has had past beef with Alexa. I'm pretty sure Liv has had beef with Alexa. Randy, so much issues with Bray Wyatt, with Braun Strowman, with Eric Rowan. Like, he has the most connection with all of them. Because Eric Rowan is officially WWE.
Yes.
It has been for some time now. So, like, those are the only 2 matches I could see a post-match type thing where they're either bringing someone in or targeting. But
what about Logan Paul? The one and done match with Cody, and then either post-match or.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it won't involve the match though. It'll be like the wrestlers cleared the ring type thing. Cody's walking away with his hand held high, walking up the ramp, and then you're gonna start seeing, weird shit happening. There's gonna be something about a crow because freaking bird thing gets popped up everywhere. Mm-hmm. So there's probably like, it's Sting. No, he's retired. But like, right now I'm leaning like 90%. It's going to be a PLE wrap up type thing. Or they can swerve everybody and have him show up at the press conference. But either way, speaking of the press conferences, both post and pre matches or post and pre PLEs, they're actually like, they feel legit. They feel like they're buying more into the let's make you forget this is heavily scripted and let's tell a better story. Let's tell the better, like, let's give a wider span to this. But it just feels more legit, if that makes sense. It's giving that like 90s vibe of, oh, this is real. They have real beef. Cody's gonna beat the ever loving shit out of Logan if he ran across him in the parking lot type thing. Or like in the Attitude Era, that's what they gave us. Home invasions, break-ins, press conference brawls. it all felt, it blurred that line of reality versus being completely scripted.
Mm.
But
I
as
think
an
we forget about
adult,
the post conference.
I know it's not real.
I forget about the post conference all the time.
I go to
Like
sleep
I'll
and then
get.
I watch all the TikToks later.
I did catch the. I think the Kevin Owens one where he ate like 9 Snickers. I think it's the only one that I've watched.
You didn't
And
watch
I
the
saw
Jay and
Cody
Cody?
and Jay. Yeah, were drunk. Yeah, I did see that one as well. So, but yeah, I forget about him. The pre press conference. I don't ever see that. That I never see.
I
I don't even think about it.
I don't watch them, but like the moment they start happening, it's all over my feed
Oh
on
yeah.
YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, like it's everywhere. So I get to catch it, and that typically leads me into like going to YouTube, watching on WWE's channel. I'm just like, this feels so much better. It feels like everything's just smoother. It makes more sense. It's more planned out. It's more methodical. We have something to actually look forward to versus kind of what we're getting with the Queen of the Ring. We're like, cool, shit happened. The probably biggest takeaway though from this is the fact that the King and Queen will actually have a championship match at SummerSlam, and
Which is good.
they haven't done shit with King of the Ring in years. Corbin was a waste. Woods was a waste. They didn't do anything. Shinsuke won it from Corbin.
Only done it.
Sheamus.
It's only been 2 years.
Sheamus is a waste. King of the Ring. That has not been a good. Austin, honestly, is the only one I can think of that
Oh
benefited
yeah,
from it.
that was his big turn, his big quote of everything. So yeah, no, I'm not 100% excited about the pay per view. I'm also not excited about the time either, so I don't even know if people will watch it live or not. Want it going? 'Cause I hate
I
it when
will be
they're
able to
noon.
watch it. I will be able to watch it.
So we will see. I'm not sure if I can or not, but yeah, I hate it when they're at noon.
So like, here's all the winners since 1985 when it was made. Here's all the winners. You had Don Morocco winning, then Harley Race, Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, Tito Santana, Bret Hart won it back-to-back years, Owen Hart, Mabel, Stone Cold Steve Austin was probably the first and only one to have like holy shit type thing of this kickstarted his career.
Mhm.
After him, and even then, like, I don't know if you've seen that documentary about him. He wasn't supposed to win it, but Triple H got himself in trouble leading up to it. That
That's it.
that like basically, if Triple H didn't get in trouble with Vince, he would have won because it was right around that time him and the Click had their break kayfabe in the steel cage.
Oh yeah.
That caused him to get in trouble, and he was told he's gonna lose. But anyways, so you have Hunter, Triple H in '97, and then Ken Shamrock, Billy Gunn, Kurt Angle, Edge, Brock Lesnar, Booker T. I'll give it that kind of
King Booker was good.
that revitalized him. And then we had there was a 4 year gap between Brock Lesnar and Booker T. Brock Lesnar won in 2002, Booker T won in 2006. And then you have William Regal in '08. Okay. Sheamus 2010, nothing. Bad News Barrett 2015, 5 year gap there. Again, a waste. He got screwed over. Like, he is he cleared to wrestle? I know Corey Graves is Barrett, Wade Barrett.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I know Corey Graves is in the process and set to be able to wrestle here within the next year to 2 years. So he won't be on commentary for too much longer. Thank God. But Bad News Barrett won it in 2015, and then 2019 we had Baron Corbin, biggest fucking joke. He beat Chad Gable of all people too. 2021 we had Xavier Woods, and then this year. So we went from every year to a 4-year gap, to a 2-year gap, 5-year gap, 4-year gap, 2-year gap, 3-year gap. But like all of these, the only ones that stood out is Booker T and Stone Cold. This is not like there's never been anything that you get other than the crown and the title of king. So this is it even says right here. This is the first year or the first time that King of the Ring tournament has actual stipulations post gimmick. So yeah.
It's funny that they decided to do it with King of the Ring, but not the Andre the Giant battle. So just kind of have that thing there.
That could be the 6th match, by the way. Because it wasn't the last one at Saudi too.
Rumble? Or no, not Rumble. Mania.
We just had it, Andre.
The night before. It was SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The night before, they was having Mania.
That's right.
Now Mania weekend.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. What's that one that Undertaker won? Undertaker won a trophy in Jeddah. He beat AJ Styles to kick off that feud. The greatest wrestler or best wrestler, I don't know. All the like crown jewels and Jeddah ones, as we've said so many times before, they're a fucking joke.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that storyline's legit inside of it, so we'll see.
Well, they brought an actual pay-per-view that works to give actual stipulations now, so.
Well, and also just like the name needs work, but King and Queen of the Ring makes the most sense to have in Jeddah. Like,
fucking mouthful now. I just like King of the Ring. Now it's King and Queen of the Ring.
Just deck of cards.
That need to be.
Have a Joker, Jack, Ace, whatever. We'll see. I will watch this. I will watch most of it live because my wife has to.
I will try, but I don't think I'll be able to.
Don't worry. I will text you if you don't watch it live. Gunther lost. I told you, you stupid spot, you dumbass bitch. Gunther gonna win. Face.
Then I'll get fuck 901.
Take nothing back. Take nothing back. You're still an asshole.
Still an asshole.
But yeah, that's our predictions. Lane wasn't here, so maybe he'll comment and let us know on. That's all I got. I don't know if we'll do a follow up with this. I don't think we will.
Unless something crazy happens, I don't see us doing it.
Yeah, so. There's no need right now. So yeah.
No.
That's all I got. Filler. So I'm gonna let the true filler let you all hear the final words from him. So up to you.
What that means. I have nothing else. I hope this is a decent pay-per-view. Something fun to watch. If I get to watch it in the middle of the day. Probably not, but we'll see. So just look for Gunther to start his run at the championship, and you already spoke it into existence. Nia Jax to spoil it all and fuck our day up. I got nothing else. Fuck out of here. Bye, bitch.